Yo, what's good, y'all boys? I'm back here with another video, man. This is gonna be more a beginner tailored video. So if you already understand the concept of fair value gaps and FVGs, I would say probably click off because you don't need this video. But if you are a newcomer and you're totally brand new and you want to start breaking yourself into ICT concepts slowly but surely, this is the video for you. So let's just get straight into it. Um, Join the Discord, link in bio. We're about to hit 1K. Everything's free. That's about it. So, what is a fair value gap? A fair value gap is a series of three or more candles that represent a imbalance in the market. Okay, so I will show you what it looks like in visual representation. You saw me trying over here. It doesn't look too hot over there, so we're just gonna keep it like this. Keep it like this. A series. Oh, that's not good. A series of three or more candles, but for right now, we'll just go for three. All right. So this means there's no wicks overcrowding the middle candle. Okay, there's no wicks. There can be wicks on the opposite sides of them, correct? But they can't interfere with the middle of the series of candles. Basically, this gap right here. So, if we understand this is a gap and this is the visual representation of it, this is what an imbalance looks like in the market on all time frames. Why do we need to know that? Why do we need to use fair value gaps? It's a good question. The first, the first, the first reason that you need to understand this concept and have this pattern recognition of fair value gaps is because in reality, there's a good amount of times that we end up rebalancing into the imbalance. Let me show you what I mean by that. We end up rebalancing, which means going back into it and ending up shooting out of it or continuing into the trend that it was going, right? So we can have bullish fair value gaps and we can have bearish ones, right? So I'll show you guys. See, I tried to do it. Let me get rid of that for you guys so I can then show you guys a bearish example. I want to show you guys a bearish example. So a series of three candles, right? Once again, they have no wicks, nothing's interfering, right? We have this exact, let me change the color for you guys as well. We have an exact candle. There's nothing interfering with it, nothing protruding over it. It's just strictly a gap, all right? That means, especially on the higher time frame, that there could possibly be a lot of limit orders set there and a lot of essentially liquidity, but that's a more advanced concept. For now, we'll just stay here. So we have our bearish series candles that left a gap. All right. So with that being said, so we have the imbalance, we might balance back into it and continue into the trend that we were going. Okay. This is the concept of fair value gaps. Okay. It's an area in which we bounce off of and continue into trends and essentially just it keeps the market continuing going. That's it. So I want to show you guys an example on each time frame. And then after that, we're going to see if you guys understand the concept, the basic concept of fair value gaps and rebalancing into one another and being able to use them. There's two ways you can use them, right? So FVG is a series of three or more candles. Price imbalance. It's also a price imbalance. We can also use this to continue a trend. Perfect. So it's a series of three more candles It's a price imbalance, and we can use it to continue a trend. That's what it's usually used for. So that's one thing that we can use and utilize fair value gaps with, is continuing a trend, right? There's another thing, but we will go after that later. So I'm gonna go to the month chart. I'm gonna look for the first fair value gap, and I'm gonna mark it out for you guys, all right? So boom, right here, we have one candle right here, two candles right here, three candles right here. I'm gonna put 1, 2, then where's 3 at? 3 would be right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now in the middle, you see how there's a gap right there. It's a gap right here because that third candle's wick ends right there. And there's a gap because the first candle right here, this big one, that candle's wick ends right here. So we therefore have a gap. We have a price imbalance. So I will mark that out from the first candle's wick to the second candle's body to the third candle's wick. And there you have a fair value gap. Okay, let's try on the weekly. It's been a little bit choppy, as you guys can see. Some dust. That's in the whole other video, though. We can use this one. Okay. So boom. Once again, candle 1 would be right here. Oh shit, did not mean to do that. Candle 2 is this nice big candle right here with a huge body. Okay. It's this one right there. Candle 3 would go right here. Third candle in the series. Okay, it's a series of candles, guys. Remember, it's a series. So 1, 2, 3. Now, what are we gonna do? The first candle's wick, it's right here. Second body, the whole body's right here. The third candle's wick is right there, leaving an imbalance. And guess what it did? Guess what it did? It was a price imbalance. So when it stopped in that price imbalance, it balanced it back out. It came and swept those orders and came back up. We can also use this to continue a trend. And guess what happened? It continued a trend. Went down into it, came back up. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a daily one more time. And then I'm going to help you guys see if you can recognize. I'm going to test you and quiz you guys. All right, you guys. So for this daily app, here's what we're going to do. There's plenty here, but I'm just going to pick this one in the middle. This one right here. We have a series of candles. Remember, one, this one. Let me move that into more viewable area. Then we have the second one right here. This big candle. Third one. No, don't do that. Third one. No, don't do that. Third one right here. All right. So what are we gonna do again? First candle's top wick gets the rectangle. Fill out the body. Get to the third bottom wick, and there goes your gap. And guess what we did again? Balanced back into it. Popped right out of it. We can use this to continue trends, guys. So right now I'm gonna help you visualize this truly, and I'm gonna let you guess. So let's get to the month gap. Let's do our first test. I'm gonna go all the way back to 2020. This is gonna be a little tricky, but in this area on this screen, where is the fair value gap? There's two, but where's the main one? If you said this one, you are correct. We ended up balancing back into it and shot up insanely. Why is this a fair value gap? This is a fair value gap as well. This is a fair value gap as well. This is the main fair value gap because we tapped back into it and ended up shooting out of it, correct? So once again, 1, first candle, 2, second candle, 3, third candle, wick right here, body, wick right here. The body is always the gap, okay? You cannot have a gap if you don't have an open body with no wicks around it. All right, now let us try a weak gap. Let's see it. Okay, I got one. Where is the weak gap here? There's plenty of them, but I want you to spot the bearish one that ends up getting balanced into and then sending it down, continuing the trend. Where is that bearish gap? If you said right here, you are correct, okay? Here's why. You have this candle right here. It's a very sneaky candle right here, but that's one candle. It's a little doji candle. You have the second candle. Fill out that body, so go ahead, get that wick, and then take it to the third candle. Boom. Two dojis, but what's it called? Ends up leaving a gap, and it ends up respecting that gap twice. Okay, now this is a little advanced, but the last thing that I'll end this off with is the fact that fair value gaps can be used to get balanced back into. You know what I'm saying? 3, 2, 1. All right, this is the last piece of information I'm going to give you guys. This is more so like an advanced concept, but so we know that a fair value gap is a series of 3 or more candles. It's also a price imbalance, and we can also use this to continue a trend. But in reality, we could also use this as a target. It can be used as a target. If we see an open day gap and we just swept a good amount of liquidity, got a good amount of an inverse, and everything's making sense, the context is all adding up, instead of waiting for the gap to get there and you waiting for a continuation out of that gap, you could target the gap knowing that there's liquidity and a price imbalance. So it's more so a target for the market to go to in order for the market to continue where it wants to go or just to pick up orders in general. But that's a really advanced concept, and we're just gonna roll ahead. This is the first video. You guys got a couple more coming. Send me suggestions. Join the Discord down in the bio. Thank you for watching this.